Hello guys, I believe you are doing well over there. Welcome to our channel, which entertains you a lot with amazing videos. Before starting the video, I request you subscribe to our channel. In the modern day video, I will tell you about can humans live on Mars? Let's get started. You must be wondering, if we successfully land on Mars, could we live there? Landing is one thing. Thriving is another. Suppose you were an astronaut who had just landed on the planet Mars. What would you need to survive? For starters, here's a short list: water, food, shelter, and oxygen. Oxygen is in the air we breathe here on Earth. Plants and some kinds of bacteria provide it for us. The Martian atmosphere is thin, its volume is only 1% of the Earth's atmosphere. Put another way, there's 99% less air on Mars than on Earth. But on Mars, carbon dioxide is 96% of the air. Meanwhile, Mars has almost no oxygen, it's only 0.1% of the air, not nearly enough for humans to survive. If you tried to breathe on the surface of Mars without a spacesuit supplying your oxygen, bad idea, you would die in an instant. So far, researchers have not found any evidence of life on Mars. Mars is an extreme environment. And it's not just the air. Very little liquid water is on the Martian surface. Temperatures are incredibly cold. At night, it's more than -100 degrees Fahrenheit, -73 degrees Celsius. One of the goals of NASA's Mars Perseverance rover mission is to look for signs of ancient Martian life. Perseverance searches within the Martian rocks for fossils of organisms that once lived, most likely, primitive life, like Martian microbes. Conditions on the surface of Mars are closer to the conditions on Earth in terms of temperature and sunlight than on any other planet or moon, except for the cloud tops of Venus. However, the surface is not hospitable to humans or most known life forms due to the radiation, greatly reduced air pressure, and an atmosphere with only 0.16% oxygen. It seems like everyone has Mars on their mind these days. NASA wants to send humans to the Red Planet by 2030, and SpaceX wants to get there even sooner, with plans to have people there by 2024. Mars is a favorite theme in Hollywood, with movies like The Martian and This Year's Life exploring what we might find once we finally reach our celestial neighbor, but most of them aren't addressing the biggest questions. Once we get there, how will we survive long term? NASA is already considering what kind of habitation we'll need to survive on the surface of Mars. 6 companies began designing possible habitat prototypes in 2016, with completed prototypes expected in 24 months. Habitable bases on Mars may require more square footage for inhabitants. Science fiction also does a great job of helping the public imagine what this future mission will look like. The recent film The Martian portrayed the kind of habitats NASA is investigating for Mars. 9 pieces of the technology showcased in the movie are accurate to the equipment astronauts on the planet will use. Keeping the food and medicine supplies stocked on Mars is the best way to make a habitat self-sustaining, but with a thin atmosphere and reduced sunlight, it can be difficult to get anything to grow. Artificial leaves, designed to work in harsh conditions, could offer a solution for first aid. These leaves, made of silicone rubber, can take a little sunlight and turn it into enough power to fuel the necessary chemical reactions to make medicine and other compounds. Lead researcher Tim Noel, assistant professor at the Eindhoven University of Technology, said, "The device harvests solar energy and re-emits it to a wavelength region which is useful for the chemistry within the channels. It has the ability to make the reaction condition uniform wherever you are." The first few trips to Mars will only include the essentials. One of NASA's first goals for its astronauts is to learn how to live on the planet. Since it differs greatly from Earth, survival is an important skill for astronauts to master. NASA isn't the only one with its eyes on Mars. Others are already coming up with their own plans for the Red Planet. Scientists and enthusiasts have speculated everything from nuking the planet into habitability to creating a magnetic shield around the planet to encourage it to grow its own atmosphere. Space travel comes with a health warning. Using the International Space Station (ISS) as a testbed, element scientist Professor Peter Norsk of NASA's Humans Research Program has been investigating some of the physical challenges that astronauts will face. Our bodies work differently in space, even the way our blood flows. On Earth, Gravity drags bodily fluids downwards, but in space this doesn't happen, so the heart has to work harder to pump out more blood and more fluids accumulate in the head, putting extra pressure on the eyes. Russian cosmonauts place their bodies in low-pressure boxes to draw blood into the legs and wear bracelets around their thighs and upper arms so blood accumulates in the veins of the limbs. NASA is currently testing the effectiveness of this. Mars is hopefully just our first step into the universe. Once we've dipped our toes into the solar system, it will be easier to expand into the asteroid belt and beyond. Mars' low gravity provides the perfect platform for constructing and launching other deep space vehicles. After we've got that foothold, our technology is the only thing holding us back. As it is, technology is the Achilles heel of the mission now. We might have a way to get to Mars before we have a means of safe exploration. NASA chief scientist Jim Green told that humans will absolutely be on Mars in the future. And the first person to go is likely living today, he said. The planet could offer humans a brand new life with brand new vistas, Green said. If you enjoy this video, please subscribe, like and share this channel. See you later. Thanks for watching. In the Mars?